what pushed you to continue on based on your problems? I think I know what the answer is, but what are some specific things that you thought about that you said, no, I can't give up. This is my end goal. What is it that helped you get through those moments?
Let me tell you the storyline, and it's like, and this story has like been running in my head because I feel like I'm there again. So when I had Mancha, I ordered these shirts that were the most popular shirts, and I couldn't keep them in stock. But the guy would take a while to bring them to me. And so I would order more than, because, you know, I'm like, okay, it takes him a long time, so I'm going to order more of what I think I need. But this time he like brought them on time, and I did not have the money. I did not have any money in my account to pay him. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I didn't know what to do. And I had my son with me, and I was like, what do I do? And I told him, okay, I'm going to send you the payment right now. And I'm like, I have zero. Like, I literally had zero in my account. I didn't have any money in our account. And maybe we had $50 in our personal account. And right now, at this point, we're just surviving for my husband's paycheck. And that was like paycheck to paycheck, you know? And this was the point where I'm like, okay, how do I get out of this? So I remember calling Carlos, crying, like just bawling out of like uncontrollably. And my son's in the back seat, and I'm just driving in my car. I don't even know where I'm going to go. And I'm like, I don't have money to pay this guy. What am I going to do? Like, am I supposed to even be doing this? Am I putting my son in a situation that I shouldn't be putting him in? Like, we don't have money, and I'm ordering these shirts that I don't even know if I'm going to sell because people wouldn't even come to our store. We would go days that no one would walk into our store. And it was just so like, what am I doing with my life, you know? So at that point I had my car from college. And so thankfully I've always had good credit. That's something, make sure you always have good credit because it's very important at every stage in your life. And so I went and I did a loan on my car to pay this guy.
How much was it, if you mind me asking?
$5,000.
$5,000 on shirts. Okay.
And no. So the loan was $5,000, and I think his was like $3,000. Okay. So I had $2,000 left, but I also had rent. I had to pay rent. So I'm like, okay, well, there's rent. And so at that moment, I was like, look, I'm going to do 110% of what I'm capable of. And if it doesn't work out, then it's not for me. So I was like, okay, we're going to every single market. Any market that I hear of, we're going. We're going to go and we're going to sell our shirts, and we're going to do everything possible that in my energy, in my capability, in my budget that I can do, I am going to do it. So every weekend. So I had my brick and mortar. We were open 5 days a week, I think at that point. And every weekend I was at every market, you know, and Mancha, if you like my stuff, I have this store. And little by little, we started growing that brand recognition, you know. And then we had this really great, I remember it was at Concordia Cemetery. We had a really great event where we made $600. And it was like, oh, okay, we can do this. And then Christmas came. Oh my God, Christmas is so magical for retail. Like, you're just like, okay, like it was just beautiful because we were so busy. And I was like, okay, I can do this, you know?
Let me pause right there because I'm very curious. Is this year 1, year 2? What is the timeline here?
It had to have been year 1. So I bought it in 2014 and this was 2015.
Okay.
Yeah. So I bought it in July 2014. So my first full year of 2015 was when this was happening. And yeah, it was, and from there, and that's why I'm saying I felt this pressure from the world saying, how bad do you want it? You know, I've put you at zero. How bad do you want this? Like, are you going to do everything in your capability, or are you just going to give it up? Because it's easy to say, okay, well, I have a degree. Why am I being so hard on myself? Go get a job. And that's what my mom would tell me. Pues vete a agarrar un trabajo. Yeah. Like, why are you, para qué te estás haciendo la vida difícil? And I would just be like, because this is what I'm supposed to do. You know, I don't even know. And it's hard to explain when it's something that sits inside of you, you know, that you feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. So that's why I'm like, it's so important to have, to be willing to do the 110 when it gets super hard, to be able to like crawl out of that hole, because you're going to get in a hole eventually if you're a business owner. There's going to be a hole you're going to be put in, because the world, I feel like, needs to know like how much more can I reward you? Are you willing to come out of this Or are you going to just settle in this hole and decide that you're going to try something else? You know?
Thank you so much for sharing the story.